أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم الحمد لله رب العالمين أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ramadan Mubarak. This is your brother again, Imam Abdul Azeez, and we want to continue our discussion on the subject matter of the transformative nature of fasting in the month of Ramadan, the benefits, getting the most out of the blessed month. And as we left you earlier, we talked a little bit about this idea of us censoring ourselves, being on post to be against all of those negative things that come as a result of us not being mindful of the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from us that pleases him. And one of the things that pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, especially during this blessed month, is that we be proactive in changing us, that we be proactive in fixing ourselves. He says the condition of the people will not change until they change the condition that exists within themselves. And so you have Ramadan here, and you have yourself to look at. You have yourself to examine. You have yourself to study. You have yourself to do some work on. It's important, dear brothers and sisters. This discussion is not for anyone else but yourself. It's for me. The same way this discussion is for you. And when I think in this discussion, when I think about what's being said in this discussion, I'm thinking about it only on enforcing this on myself. And see, because I'm on enforcing it upon myself because I'm trying to improve me. So Ramadan is not only a time to fast for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but Allah makes room for the self-audit. So you're auditing of the self. You're self-censoring yourself. You're being proactive and making the corrections that you need to make. Maybe my temperament is off. Maybe I get angry too fast. Maybe I'm too relaxed in areas that I shouldn't be relaxed in. Maybe I'm just a little too exaggerate a little too much. Maybe I need to focus on the idea behind me making some tasks and completing these tasks. Why I don't like this or that. Why I don't like that person. Why I don't like to do work on my own. Why I'm always waiting for someone to do something for me. But when someone needs me, I'm not there. These are the behaviors that we have to change within ourselves to make them more pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we turn into those people who give and ask for what they want and what they're willing to give. It's important that we understand that, because sometimes you'll look at society and you'll find people in society that will ask you for a thing, but that very thing that they're asking you for, they're not willing to give. And so in the Quran, we see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us to do good. In the Sunnah of his messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that none of you truly believe until you want for your brother or sister what you want for yourself. And so doing so, dear brothers and sisters, although we're talking about self-censorship in the month of Ramadan, transforming our own behavior, this nature, the transformative nature of fasting in the month of Ramadan, we're also wanting that for everyone else. And it's important that we understand that. Allah has not put you in a position and asked you to do something that you're not capable of doing. The answer to the problem is right there. It's right there with you. If you're looking for change, then the change has to start within you. Dwayne Dreyer said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And so when we talk about change, dear brothers and sisters, we're actually talking about this idea of changing for the better. You, me. But we're doing this on our own. We're not waiting for someone to come save us. We're not waiting for someone to change it for us. We're changing it ourselves, because Allah says the condition of the people will not change until you change the condition that exists within yourselves. May Allah help us. To that we say Ameen. In closing, dear brothers and sisters, in our next coming talks, we want to be focusing on this idea behind developing the self in the blessed month of Ramadan. This is the blessed month of Ramadan, and it's an opportunity for us to outdo all of the other Ramadans that we've ever did in our life. That this becomes the best Ramadan that we've ever participated in. It's important that we understand that. Why, dear brothers and sisters? Because our final destination depends on it. Where we're going from here depends on it, dear brothers and sisters. And where we're trying to go? We're trying to go to Jannah. May Allah help us. To that we say Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.